Kostovic. Kostovic has Kostovic Acupuncture by Electron Laser Corp USA. He will be presenting us Cancer Cured by Electrons Laser Acupuncture. New Advanced Technology in Medicine by Electrons Photons Special Circuit.
Too early. It's not 12 o'clock.
It's not 2 o'clock? Let me see.
1:55.
1:55?
Yeah, I have to get everybody because we have time here.
Yes. Everything is by timed. Otherwise, we'll be out. Okay.
I'm just gonna get everybody. Do you want to wait like for a couple of minutes to get everybody, or
It's up to you.
it's your call? I mean,
What do you prefer?
no, I mean it's your call.
Or I can start now.
You can
Okay,
start
you
now.
can start now. Okay, go ahead and start.
Very good.
Okay. So this is yours, doctor, right?
Yes, and I can actually, let me give the biography real quick here. So Nick Kostovic has graduated from a split gymnasium in 1969 with an Associate of Arts degree in Humanities and Science. Nick Kostovic, for the first time in recorded history, have eliminated magnetic from regular electromagnetic electricity. I also created, and it's some few steps below, okay? No,
Very good.
very
Thank you.
good, very
Very much. Okay.
Speaking out of pause.
Yeah. Good afternoon to everybody. So before I start with KBT medical laser device, I would like to start with radiology. Because from the area which I came, also came another guy who developed and discovered X-rays 115 years ago, and it's pretty much silenced. Also, this electricity, industrial electricity, is this guy also developed. So his name is Nikola Tesla, and from specific reason we cannot speak about this now. But I did research very deep, so I discovered deeper secrets in the United States, what was wrong and why he was silenced. But radiology is actually based on X-rays and also these isotopes and kinetic energy, this huge voltage to produce isotopes which they use in UCLA. It's also based on Nikola Tesla, who is, by the way, my relative, so it's also in family genes to protect these people. So I based on this old knowledge and also knowledge from the Germans, Japanese, and Soviet Union. It is 80, 90 years ago, 70, 80, 90 years ago. They are doing some research. This is a kind of military, it was military top secret research about human body and how to cure diseases and aging. So they do understand that this aging from some reason is a little bit too fast. If we make comparison on the few areas like Osaka, Himalayas, Caucasus, we shall see some people live long-lasting life, 105, 10, 15 years, and they are not prone to diseases. So what is about? Because my father, he was in ex-Yugoslavia in military diplomacy, and they did research on Nazi technology, because Hitler was very involved in this technology, and they have approached, because of World War II, these documents, and also the Soviet Union was working hard on this. And because I had this very confidential information, I use it for my research, and so a little bit gifted and a little bit on the right base. After 30 years of research, I developed this machine KBT medical laser device. So what is the point I would like to explain in Osaka, in Himalayas, in Caucasus with people? Why they may live longer and they are not prone to diseases and terminal diseases as others. It is actually two things, this is the clue. acids and herbs are powerful, so they are attached in the blood and they have capability to clean vascular system from plaque and to clean fiber tissue from dead cells of the proteins, which is the human biggest enemy. Because dying of fiber tissue, it's also dying of the muscles. So it is connected, and in the case if we cannot prevent it, we are going too fast aging. So this is the reason this military, they did this research, and these leaders, they would like also to live healthy and vital life and longer life, and this is normal. Also, especially Nazi, they had this quantum infinity in physics about some quantum particles, and in this era, without devices, this Werner Heisenberg, he discovered and explained that the sunlight particles, they have structure. This is not light. This is very strong elemental structure, and based on this, it interacts on daily basis with our brain. So, on this particular areas in Osaka, Himalayas, Caucasus, it interacts with our brain more powerfully than we have in New York or Los Angeles or some other place. So this technology was based how to produce such powerful energetic field to attract some quantum particles, elemental some quantum particles, and other particles also, which will depend on daily basis, and how to now produce in somehow bioelectricity artificial way. So that we are capable to clean our fiber tissue and plaque for today's science. This is just they cannot understand it, this thing, and it is unattainable for them. Even I open 60-70% of this technology, and they are far behind. In comparison with this technology, today science, U.S. and both science is caveman era, Stone Age era, and little by little we shall find out what the state is. Okay, this is a machine. It has 3 energetic fields. This is one by tower. You cannot see so good. Here is on the bottom. This energetic field is more powerful than Himalayas. Inside, this is third energetic field. We should see on the end, on the engineering drawings, these third energetic fields, because all these energetic fields are important from the reason to industrial electricity. So we are using Tesla industrial electricity to be connected in special circuit, so electric circuit, and then we convert industrial electricity to bioelectricity. Why we are doing this? Because with industrial electricity, because it's electromagnetic, when they perform, it is shock electric therapy, and we produce bioelectricity, we avoid shock electric therapy, and we are capable to perform brain, spinal cord, or any other physical organ with no harm to the healthy cells, with no harm to the single healthy cells. Even the patients had multiple lesions in the brain from malignant cancers, more tumors in the brain. We do not harm cells. So the X-rays and isotopes, they did the mess, and I did study on this, and I was recently in Paris. I was very disappointed how some technology is pushing ahead, and we had one Canadian doctor performing full brain radioactive radiation. This is X-rays full brain radioactive radiation, and it's different excuses for the patient when it's no chance for patient to survive cancer. They explain, okay, we shall try to prevent spine fluid clots in the brain or something else, so you can live 1-2 months. But actually they are guinea pigs. They lie and they hide. These patients are guinea pigs, so they consider with high-level X-rays they will somehow kill cancer. So the patient become guinea pig. And second, in future they will protect healthy cells from the X-rays, and this is insane. You cannot protect from the killer, from the terrorist. You cannot protect healthy cells. How you will protect healthy cells? So it must be invented something else. And he thought. He has some 3-4 months patients are alive, so it could happen in some cases, but this is. But the people are dying in the way that they lost the memory, lost the vision, become blind, become paralyzed, have to be fed intravenous, and they are in such headache, and that's no any morphine cannot help them. And this is not healing. This is Inquisition era, and it has to be explained patient. You are just one sample that we try to make something better for future. And this guy, doctor, I don't want to mention his name, he told we have to push it. And I was after him, so I liked it so much. I like such challenges. So this is not right. What is not right is not right. Yeah. So, for this technology, it is important. I cancelled magnetic from this Nikola Tesla electricity, and we produce this bioelectricity. So, bioelectricity has the ability to release these electrons and bioelectron photons, which can cleanse plaque in the entire vascular system. So I had also the cases with in outreach, 2 patients at this LA area in Dr. Duffy office with 2 bypasses. Already each one was 58, another one 73, and they had difficulties to step. They explained this because of heart. They can little bit partially clean, and in a month and a half, they clean 100% heart. 100% all arteries, and these people start to walk normal, and fiber tissue so regain 35-40% of the muscle tissue in the heart, even the people with the bypass. So it will be huge also prevention for a number of people. We know today in the United States of America, it's dead 2,000. So from last midnight till this midnight, in 24 hours, 2,000 patients will die from heart attacks, all ages. So as prevention, we can rescue almost 100% of these patients by cleaning and nicely regaining this stuff. This is one so significant example, and 2,000 people, this is epidemic war. Also, for cancer, it's epidemic war. 2,000 people is dying on daily basis, and it's also pretty much silenced. It's not silence in medicine among doctors, but it's silence in public. Instead, less politics, more think about how many people are dying from cancer in horrible death because of the wrong therapy. We can say in horrible torture, because this chemo, it is hidden, and these isotopes become stimulants for these cancer cells, and they feed cancer cells after a while. After a while, cancer cells blow up, and even your shoulder, your elbow will be eaten in half hour. Bone tissue from this monster. So it is another way to find a way to kill the terror. You must kill the terrorist, you must kill the monster. If you don't kill monster, it kills us. And now we even feed, we stimulate the cancer. And I have this practice because I rescue the patients from the wrongdoing from the major US hospitals, including Walter Reed, including UCLA and Cedars-Sinai, so they don't like me too much. Okay, so the KVT medical laser device simply releases bioelectrons and bioelectrons photons. And this is also important. We have natural acids. And natural acids, when we enrich with these bioelectrons, which we are capable to take wireless or by wire, but from electric fluid, not from the outlet, from electric fluid, because we have magnetic. Then you have, for example, feed acids, tryptophan, which is also confirmed from National Institute in Paris, France, or linoleic oleic acids from olive oil, are powerful destroyer of the radical cancer cells. But they get this in blood. Now we have method, we enrich these electrons with this natural stuff, and it is destroying. Also, in the Nazi era, in 1930s, 1940s, this Otto Warburg, he find out about cancer and about sugar. So it's no problem. We can eat any kind of sugar. It's a stupid thing. We don't eat the sugar. We can eat sugar because it rebuilds the bones and all this stuff. But when happened degeneration because of lack of the oxygen, with these bioelectrons we can easily destroy the cancer cells. For example, with one natural acid, which is origin Mexican. This is 99% pure alcohol from sugar cane, because they attract each other, cancer cells and sugar cane, but then sugar cane melted, become like volcano lava, melted these cancer cells, and we had proven this thing. So this is actually tens and hundreds different natural acids. And we shall just make research what is the best for this cancer, what is the best for other cancer. We had performed on 50 different cancers in these 17 years. We performed 17 years in the United States, and before that 3 years in Europe, because this technology is developed 20 years ago, this machine, and 30 years it is research, including research through my father military diplomacy, intelligence, and all this kind of the information and people which have actually 100 years of this research behind, so it helped me and it tracked me in the right way. So like the X-rays, it was impossible 110 years ago. For me it's difficult to understand that we cannot convert because bioelectrons is not something complete new, because we have industrial electrons. So from industrial electrons we convert to the bioelectrons. Also, we have issues for muscle tissue, for bone tissue, and other stuff. So this is one brief definition of this medical device. This is important. So this device releases electrons enriched with natural acids and is capable of melting by burning off the dispersing number of benign and malignant tumors with metastasis in the brain or any other physical organ. When we achieve, we can perform. We have capability to perform on the brain. We can perform any other physical organ. This is what was the clue. So we find out how to perform on the brain. Not only this, we shall, from this reason, we are capable to improve, and we did neurological disorders, number of neurological disorders, and we did prevent the stroke. So people got the stroke because of this projection and all this stuff. So it melts by burning off, then disperse many different types of damaged disease, necrotic cells in the brain, stopping, reversing any number of neurological disorders with no harm to the healthy cells. And in the United States, you know, when I start to apply to National Scale 2004, 5, 2008, 9, and so on, official statistic, it is, I was stunned, 50 million people suffering from neurological disorders in the United States of America, from 600 different neurological disorders. So, after 6-7 years, even increased for 10 million. In Obama era, in Obama, significant, extreme ignorant administration, it increased for 10 million. So 60 million people we have suffering from neurological disorders. They are not capable to heal single one, to improve single one. With all these trillions they put in research and field. So something is wrong. We are capable to improve because we are capable to perform on brain on spine cord all the 60 millions, and number of them we healed. What we did? We did first in the world, healed, and even Dr. Emeritus, Dr. Professor from Parkinson's, and some girl from ex-Yugoslavia in 17-18 years ago from multiple sclerosis. But we are capable to improve everybody because capable to perform on the brain, on the spine cord. So these shields are also successfully attack and eradicate most type of malignant cancer in metastasis, including prostate, breast, lungs, pancreatic, liver, brain. The point is, it does not harm the healthy cells. It attacks, and we can direct it, these biological electrons with one or more direction to particular spot. And if we go with ultrasound, we shall see from minute to minute destroy of the cancer cells, destroy of the blood cells, destroy of the dirt cells. So for pancreas and liver, I had cases we blocked with, and rescued the patient life who came from Florida in LA in 1 month. Also, to better understand the, I will give one example of prostate cancer, where PSA was 9.6, 9.8, about 10, so it was suspicious on the cancer. What they found, aggressive cancer, 4+4 these G lesions. And he came to my office, and in 3 weeks we completely eliminated this aggressive malignant cancer. And we performed another 3-4 weeks, and shrunk prostate from 4 inches on 2 inches. So 4 inches is 10 centimeters on the 5. So this is surgery from outside. We clean it. We burn all kind of the plaque and all kind of the dead cells, oxidative proteins, and cancer cells with no harm, no zero risk or no harm to the healthy cells, not at all. So it's first time it's happened. You have surgery from outside with these bioelectrons and you shrunk. And when it is the heat, like volcano lava, it only attacks and makes this heat on the bad cells. It doesn't make heat on the healthy cells. This is the point, and I had this question earlier on some of these conferences. Okay. So I explained, I even mentioned linoleic acids. They know they're powerful destroyer of the cancer cells, but they didn't show big interest in the last 10 years for this technology I was offering to them. So I'm very good in Europe now, in Asia, and with this Trump administration, I'm now finally good in the United States. So these things will be recognized. Okay. Yeah, we have also MRI. This is also Tesla MRI, and I like one colleague before he told about MRI, Tesla MRI from Switzerland, this doctor. This is nice because MRI and X-rays, everything is Tesla, but it's pretty much silence in the United States from this, without some specific reasons. Okay, so even this MRI, for sure, for neurological disorders, ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Parkinson's, they cannot find the deep source in the brain. But we, by penetration of these bioelectrons, we shall find the spots which are painful deep into the brain, and then we shall feel this particular areas, and we shall improve all of this, as I mentioned, all of these 60 million patients in the United States and patients through the world, Asia, Europe, whatever. So this is not X-rays, this is not radioactive particles. This is complete something else. And what I also mentioned, what this Werner Heisenberg was doing, attract of these some quantum particles, and with this energetic field on the field, we developed how to attract some light particles and compete Himalayas and Osaka and Caucasus and others, because it is just 10, 15 such spots on the Earth, and we did it successfully. So we supply the brain with these particles, which is capable, weaker nerve particles to awake, and these dormant particles also to weaker particles to make stronger, and awake dormant particles, and only such kind of light is capable to awake dormant particles. So it starts to release neurons, new impulses, interact with these acids, and nicely cleaning the body. Because I spoke with FDA after I fight with FDA in 2015. I told them, we take a shower and outside, and we have nice Versace, Poison, all these fragrances. And what is inside? What is with our intestine, pancreas, liver, heart, lungs? So we can go some senior house, is such dirty, stinky smell of dying, because they don't know how to prevent and clean these people, clean that. So we shall return smile on these senior people and these elderly people in these houses, because we shall cleaning of the inside, fiber tissue and plant. This is A for vital and healthy life. And on this Himalayas, Irish people die nicely, release soul without any pain, without being 110. And they didn't have any cancer or any neurological disorders. So this is actually achievement what is in our nature, and this technology is based on this what is happened in our nature. So with all these things we are capable to regenerate, because our also body is an endless source of all kinds of the healthy cells. But if it doesn't have a room, it blocks. And we have this degeneration like bone tissue, it's rheumatic arthritis, but when we clean this bone tissue, it's no any rheumatic arthritis. So we achieved what we have in young era, and what we have actually on these spots on the earth. So this technology with these bioelectrons is pretty much extraordinary. So I think the intended use, it's similar. We have the brain and all this stuff. We go forward a little bit more about technology. So yeah, this is ex-Soviet Union, ex-Yugoslavia, Nazi Germany, Nikola Tesla, such. This is the things they are studying 110 years ago. And US and Europe are now behind 110 and 100 years ago because of such politicians' ignorance. They know everything. So this is, we have results. 4,000 people will die from cancer and heart attacks, and 60 million people is suffering from neurological disorders. And daily, 2,000 people will die from cancer, 2,000 people will die from heart attack, This is more than any wars in the world each single day, each 24 hours. And it is, when I did this statistic, in last 50 years, with all this money and all this research, each year dying of the cancer people and this heart attacks, it was increasing 15, 20, 25%. So in the last 50 years, it increased on 1,250% or 200%. So please give us results. We have statistics. People are dying. Medicine has so-called so powerful technology. What is the people? Dying people from cancer, dying people from heart attacks. Neurological disorders increase. So something must be wrong. Somebody lies. The acceleration of aging in this also extreme regimes, they consider it is a real disease. Because what is this? We have too much plaque. Our fiber tissue is with these oxidative proteins and dead cells is congested, and we have dying of the muscle tissue. And our faces mirror what is going inside. So when we got wrinkles, we know. The same thing is with our heart. And this is science. It warned us we have to do something. And we didn't. And what we did wrong. So even these guys have one approach. And the Hitler told the Nazi, I want to know, to clean my body, and I want to live longer and more. And they did this job seriously. They find out, even without such devices we have today, that some quantum particles have structure. And I'm, after Werner Heisenberg, only one who filmed it and proven it by filming. So this little bit more about technology. So my center has successfully developed special current circuit and cancel magnetic from electromagnetic. Second, this device extracts electrons, photons from H2 from the water, from electric fluid. So, today's science, everybody knows to make electric fluid, but nobody knows how they will fusionize it. And we extract it by blood and virus. Extract the electron photons are transferred to any physical organ. Third, by using KBT device on therapist, has absolute control. So therapist has absolute control on the speed of the electrons. He can slow down gradually, so everybody is capable to take these bioelectrons on the surface of the skin or the skull, whatever. It is soft, penetration is soft. But after it goes like that, and then that looks like a needle, from this reason we call that acupuncture, it will find the painful place and the sick place in this area, and this place it will heal from its bioelectrons are very powerful destroyer. So why they are so familiar with our body, why they are destroyed? Again, Germans, they find out in our atmosphere, in layers, you have bioelectricity. So all these particles came from the sun, from the universe, from galaxy, from anywhere, are charged with bioelectricity. And in human creation, bioelectricity has a crucial role in creating the human body. So this is, we use what we produce, what already exists in the nature. So we can use 120, 200 voltages or more, or 500 or 1,000, whatever, but into the strength of micro and nanoamperes. Today, they can perform this electromagnetic in milliamperes, and milliamperes is 1,000 to 1 ampere. So the speed is too fast, so it's electric shock. It depends also on human resistance to the ground. And the people can die if they are wet, if their resistance to the ground is 1,000 ohms. In our case, we perform micro and nanoamperes, and micro is 1 million to the 1 ampere, and nanoamperes is even 1 billion. So it is not any electric shock. It is nice penetration on the skin, and from this reason, we can perform any voltages. So for us, this is not a problem, and does not bother us. The resistance to the ground is 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, but it's very dangerous when they perform with electromagnetic. And when it's 100,000 in today technology by electromagnetic, they have only electromagnetic shock, is not that. But the doctor don't know if you are 1,000 ohms or 10,000 ohms, and maybe even if he don't know, he needs this stuff. Okay, so we have also biological agents, and biological agents transfer these bioelectrons, and they are capable to transfer through 3 to 6 different natural acids. And this is their virus transfer. We can put some olive oil on the skin, but if we put nothing, it is not any electric shock, it is not sharp. It penetrates deep and targeting the specific island human tissue. So this is more a little bit about technology. And all these things is achieved, is based on the 110, 120, 90 years, the best experts in these extreme regimes, and in the also Nikola Tesla and the others engineers which are trying to achieve these things. So all this knowledge was used to make some breakthrough, and we did this breakthrough. So about speed, and we told it. So in our brain we have 100 million, billions nerve cells which are hibernate, which are dormant. And I did some study, but this is next issue. After New York, I'm going to Japan. And this is issue for Japan and China. This next, but I will tell just a few things to understand. So we had not capability before to awake these brain nerve cells. And in my research, I understand is at layers and sequences, in the brain. So if you awake new layer, new complete sequence, you can get what we have in the nature, turtle, which lives 3/4 cycles is by 70 years. It is 260 years. Or Greenland shark who lives 300 years. So it's connecting with brain, and we are ahead everybody, and we did this research very successfully. But this is a topic for some other conferences, and especially Japan and Chinese and Asia, they have this knowledge, tens, thousands of the years knowledge and experience of the brain, of the impulses, and how to help and awake the brain. And we did achieve how we can awake this brain nerve cells, and we did this study of these turtles and the sharks which lives these more life cycles. This is just in a natural way it happened. We have just to copy it. What we are doing, and we are doing this successfully, but this is not the topic for second life cycles. This is also about these turtles and this thing. I'm done?
Yeah, nice.
Good.
Good.
Good. Okay. Good. It's a lot of stuff here. Thank you. Any question?
Any questions?